Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Ball Legends never sleeps, and apparently neither do I, because guess what? Legends Limited Android 13's full kit just dropped today, and oh boy, we gotta talk about this one. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you. This reveal was handled like a drunk uncle at Thanksgiving. They literally dropped the character, gave us a name, and then waited like 10 hours before showing us the animations and art. 10 hours, bro. It's like announcing a new iPhone, but not showing the actual phone until next week. Nobody asked for that suspense. But I do have a video going more into detail about that terrible reveal. Y'all should check it out. Either way, when they did show us, the man finally came packing with a revival mechanic, a shiny new blue typing, and yes, the legendary nut punch scene from the movie. Peak cinema, ladies and gentlemen. Toshi would be proud. But alright, jokes aside, let's break this dude down, because while his art and animations eventually redeemed the flop of a reveal, his kits is very interesting. So let's start with the obvious. This man was designed in a lab for one reason and one reason only. Bully Namek Goku. Like, it's not even subtle. Android 13 basically wakes up every morning, puts on his big trucker hat, and says, who's ready to punch Goku today? If your opponent dares to bring a Goku, yes, any Goku, the entire team takes increased damage. That's crazy, bro. Imagine being Vegeta chilling in the back, and because your homie Goku's on the squad, now you're getting folded harder than cheap laundry. But specifically, this is aimed at Namek Goku, because let's be real, that dude has been terrorizing the game since July. He's like a kid at recess who refuses to go home. So the devs said, enough is enough, bring in Android 13. And honestly, fair. But here's the thing, they made him blue. I was fully expecting him to be red to absolutely delete Namek Goku, but nope, he's blue. Which is, you know, I mean, it's fine, I guess. The color isn't amazing right now, so maybe it helps balance things out. But I can't lie, I was really expecting him to go red with his counter pick. And now let's talk about his unique gauge, because ooh boy, this thing is funky. He's got what they're calling the evolve type gauge, which aka translation, you charge it up by using cards, swap out with the full bar, and level up to give you new perks. Pretty simple. Sounds cool on paper, but here's the thing. The only other character in Legends history with this type of gauge is Evolution Blue Vegeta, and we all know how that turned out. Yeah, not a good sign, Chief. It's like when your friend says, trust me, bro, this restaurant is fire, and the last time you recommended a spot, you ended up hugging the toilet for 3 days. That's the kind of trust I have with the evolve gauges, but you know, hey, maybe they cooked this time, alright? At least here, the more you swap, the more buffs you get, and it actually sticks with you after you revive, so it doesn't sound that terrible. And speaking of reviving, yes, this is one of those characters. So pre-revival, you've got Android 13 in his base form, and then post-revival, he fuses, gets juiced up, and basically goes full Roid Rage mode. And here's the best part, when he revives, he finally gets blast armor. That's right, in case you didn't know, pre-revival, you're out here looking like a toddler with no helmet running into traffic. Now, post-revival, you finally put that helmet on. Safety first, kids. Now, one thing I do like is that he actually heals and support allies while he's doing his thing. I feel like that's rare for a character who's not labeled a support unit. This man is out here playing offense, defense, and being the team medic like he's running a full-time job. Y'all gotta respect the hustle. And now, let's talk about his moves real quick. His blue card is pretty stacked, gets massive boost against Goku, especially if that Goku is Super Saiyan. Again, the anti-Namek Goku agenda is strong with this one. His green card, also solid, locks people in, reduces Dragon Balls, cancels buffs, all that annoying nonsense when someone does it to you. But y'all want to know the real highlight? The nut punch. They really put it in. Bro straight up sent Goku to the ER for emotional damage. That's a W, and the fact that they animated it so cleanly makes me think somebody on the dev team fought for this. Like, listen, I don't care if the unit is mid, we're putting the nut punch in. History demands it. And you know what? They were right. Alright, so now we gotta talk about the pre versus the post revival. So here's where things get a little messy. Pre-revival Android 13, he doesn't have blast armor, his card draw speed is locked behind his gauge, and androids as a tag are traditionally a blast-based team. But this guy's leaning more into strike. You know, it's kind of like showing up to a pizza party with sushi, you know? Like, yeah, it's food, but it doesn't really fit the vibe. Now, post-revival, though, now we're talking. He picks up endurance nullification, blast armor, both strike and blast cover changes, and better damage stats. He basically says, sorry, my boy, my warm-up is done, and now I'm actually playing. The problem is you have to die first to get that juice, which, you know, could be risky if your opponent decides to rush him early. And as for his teams, where does this guy really fit? Movies, androids, and powerful opponent. Movies? Not really. That team's kind of in limbo unless you're rocking Beast Gohan or Cooler. Androids are kind of the same issue. They've always been a blast-focused team, and this guy's leaning into strike, which, you know, it's kind of like showing up to a basketball game in football pads. You can definitely play, but you're gonna look dumb. Either way, the best fit for him is properly powerful opponent. That tag is like a big, messy buffet of random villains, but they've actually got some synergy. Running him next to full power Frieza, maybe Hits, maybe Ultra Cell, and you could have something cooking. He's not instantly gonna make the tag S tier or anything, but he's a decent decent building block. Think of him as a foundation of a house, you know? You still need walls, roof, and maybe a bathroom so you're not pooping in the bucket, but it's a start. Now, one thing that is sneaky good about this guy is his support. On Switch, he gives healing, key damage buffs, and cleanses conditions. And it's not even conditional, it's just baked into his kit, which is huge. We're getting to the point in Legends where even non-support units are expected to bring something for the team. Like, you just can't be selfish anymore. It's like a group project. If you're a guy who shows up, does nothing, and still expects an A, you're gonna get benched. Android 13 actually puts in work for his teammates, and hey, bro, I respect that. Now, the big question, is LF Android 13 good? Yes. Is he broken though? No. Is he saving the game? Absolutely not. This guy is not Beast Gohan levels of meta shift. He's not cooler on release. He's not Ultra Gogeta Blue. He's just solid, alright? A nice addition, a cool counter to Namek Goku, and a step in the right directions for some struggling tags. But that's pretty much it for him. He's a building block, not a skyscraper. If you were hoping he'd single-handedly make Androids the best team in the game, I've got bad news for you, Chief. He's not going to be doing all that. But if you do like Android 13 as a character, and if you love that nut punch animation, or maybe you just want a decent anti-Goku option in your box, he's worth pulling for. So yeah, that's LF Android 13 in a nutshell. Good unit, not game breaking, but funny animations. And honestly, if we're ranking things just by the nut punch, he's already top 5, bro. No discussion. But if we're talking about his actual gameplay impact, without using the character, I'd probably say like a solid B+, or I don't know, like an A- with the right team. But now I want to hear from y'all, man. What do you guys think about this Android 13? Do you guys think he's worth summoning? Did the nut punch save the reveal? And most importantly, do you think the androids finally have a chance to shine again? Or are we stuck waiting for LF Gamma 1 and 2 to carry the tag? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, man. Smash that like button for your boy. And as always, don't forget to sub for more Legends content. And with that being said, ladies and gents, I'm out. Peace.